At the federal government level, less than 2% of legislators identify as LGBTQ. Less than 3% of legislators are under the age of 35. And less than 3% of legislators identify as multiracial. Not a single legislator has all three of these identities. Matt Hughes does, and he's breaking the mold of what a legislator looks like. Matt Hughes is a local politician, born in Hillsborough, North Carolina, and raised in his family home that his great-grandparents built on Benton Street. It was in the 4th grade at Central Elementary where he first became interested in politics, after the 2000 presidential election between Bush and Gore. It was in his senior year of high school at Cedar Ridge where his civics teacher encouraged him to think beyond the federal level and consider the importance of local politics. He went on to be a student body president and attend UNC as a political science major. He graduated in only 3 years and was elected to be Orange County's Democratic Party chair at only 21 years old, the youngest in the state. Politics brought him back to his hometown of Hillsborough, where local establishments like the Wooden Nickel can serve as an office for Matt. He's an animated speaker, with an ability to capture the attention of everyone in the room. He's able to connect with locals from everywhere because of his strong voice, but also because of his engaged listening. Matt isn't thinking about ways to respond or interjecting with his own opinions. Instead, Matt really wants to hear what the people around him have to say. This is because the people of Hillsborough are not just his neighbors, but they're also his constituents. Matt takes his duty of a public servant and makes it a part of his everyday life. He's dedicated to hearing the needs and wants of his people and bringing them to fruition. His professional life occurs in boardrooms, where he meets with the heavy hitters and decision makers of Hillsborough, but also the local residents like those in the Citizens Academy, who want to know about what decisions are being made for their town. Problems about traffic control downtown, eminent domain, and widening Churton Street are discussed in terms of hard evidence. But also, the Board of Commissioners express their opinions on the topics from their own point of view as residents of Hillsborough. Matt is surrounded by figures like Mayor Tom, as well as city planners and advisory boards, to debate what's best for Hillsborough's expansion while maintaining its small-town feel. Matt is always around after public meetings to answer questions the public has. But beyond these political conversations, Matt's infectious laugh and strong sense of humor helps him build lasting relationships with the public. His impact goes beyond Hillsborough. He spends time in Raleigh, the state's capital, working with the North Carolina Democratic Party as its second vice chair. At the Democrat headquarters, meetings are held to discuss things like their goals and responsibilities for the upcoming year, and also to choose their delegates for the 2020 National Convention. Every meeting, there are familiar and new faces, and Matt makes a conscious effort to establish common ground through shared experiences, or even political historical trivia, before engaging in political discourse. Matt consistently fights to make the Democratic Party more inclusive for people of all walks of life. They discuss their affirmative action goals when picking the delegates who will pick their candidate for president. This is because there are people at the table, young and old, male and female, of different sexual orientations and of all ethnicities. Together, they must make challenging decisions for the direction of the Democratic Party. It's at a point of change. The Democratic Party aims to include more people who break the mold for what a traditional person in political power looks like. They hope to empower historically marginalized groups and low-income citizens to be part of the decision-making process. As a result, they've had to reconsider what a good leader looks like. They've taken down many portraits in the headquarters of past leaders who have now come under fire for their ethics, making space on the walls for new leaders, hopefully like Matt, who are redefining what an American politician is. Matt's constantly on the move, commuting between Hillsborough and Raleigh weekly. He serves on 3 nonprofit boards, is the VP for Young North Carolina Democrats, is on the State Human Rights Commission, is a Hillsborough Town Commissioner, and is the second vice chair of the North Carolina Democratic Party. His work takes him all over the state, coming to the Wilson County Courthouse to speak as a distinguished speaker for their annual Wilson County Democratic Convention. Matt was introduced by former North Carolina Governor Jim Hunt. Hunt said, "The speaker we have today is a different kind of speaker. We didn't bring in some old broken-down person who has done everything for 50 years, like me. We brought in one of the young ones, and you're going to be excited about him." Excited they were. The room was standing room only, and after his speech, Matt was given a stand-in ovation from the dozens of people in the room, motivated by his words of voter empowerment and inclusion. But after a long day of politics, Matt can finally drop his professional demeanor to joke with his pal Mark, the owner of the Hot Tin Roof, or discuss strategies for drinking red wine without getting stained lips with his partner Kevin. No matter the context, Matt Hughes is a person of passion. His love for Kevin and his love for Hillsborough are highlighted in his everyday actions and his choice of work. Matt Hughes is on the front lines of American politics every day, fighting to secure a better, more inclusive future. Right now, he intends to keep doing that right here in Hillsborough.